E36 unfiltered, aka the unfiltered room with Mr. E. Gray. Introducing all the latest names in the latest news. How this take, he the new face, yeah the new sound, but keep it old school and raw interviews from local athletes, even digging out for entertainment too. Own style, he got his own lane, it's unfiltered out, but keep it raw, man. New content to keep the people ready. E36, no Jerome Bettis, real dialogue and real conversations. You keep it real, but we real. Mr. E. Gray in the building. E36 unfiltered.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy E. Gray for the E36 Unfiltered Podcast Show. Yes, I am your host, guys. E36, the Unfiltered Room. You know how we go by it, man. I have another special guest here on the platform. First time on here, man. But we kind of rock it like fam. You know, from the same area, pretty much same alumni. Introducing guys of 2010 or 2011. Four-star recruit out of Huntsville, Alabama, more specifically Bob Jones High School, rated as one of the 8th best shooting guards in the class of his 2011 class, 30th best player overall in the country, two-time All-State, led Bob Jones High School to a state title, 6A state title as a junior, and a runner-up finished the year before. Also 6A player of the year for the tournament. Then it went on to University of Alabama, had a illustrious career there, a 4-year illustrious career. Also as a part of recipient of the Paul W. Bryan Award, SEC Scholar Athlete of the Year. So your man also was smart up in the top here. Also cannot forget to say he was also All-American, also in the academic aspect as well. And now going into his 3rd season with the Canton Charge G League affiliate, my man Levi Randolph. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, I cannot complain, man. It's great to have you on the platform, man. Just another great day, man. Another great day. Rainy, but it's a good day. So how's the weather up in Canada, man? Is it raining up there?
Yeah, right now it's actually just been snowing, man. It's cold up here. Go from being at home, being 65, 70, coming up here, seeing snow everywhere. So definitely a change of scenery.
Most definitely, man. So let's kind of jump right into it, man. So how has this transition been? This is your 3rd season with the Canton Charge, and now, of course, you was with the Cleveland Cavaliers, had a shot with them as well. So you're still working in that pipeline, got that going. But this year is like a year no other, where you now kind of know it's all now almost going to be the first year the norm of dealing with COVID. And how these different type of adjustment. I know you mentioned that you had to kind of check out your schedule when you got up here because you guys are going to be in somewhat of a quarantine time span, whatever. So how has this approach coming into the season, even in your off-season training, been different from any other that you have dealt with so far, if any?
It's been a lot different, just as far as trying to find a facility to work out in, trying to create a schedule for myself because, we haven't had practice or we haven't had workouts or anything like that. Everything has been on our own because we've been home the majority of the time. So that was pretty much my summer. And then I signed with the Cavaliers to go to training camp. And, it kind of got back to normal other than the different protocols that the NBA had as far as, testing every day or you can't be by somebody more than 15 minutes or, just different things like that. You can't really go out to a restaurant and eat. So just different. It's been a lot different, but once you step on the court, it's basketball. It's the same thing. So
yes,
that's been the great equalizer right there. Is just when it comes down to playing, everything's the same. So just happy for the opportunity. Like I said, I was with the Cavs. I got waived in December. Coming back to Canton to play with them. The G League is doing a 6-week bubble where there's 15 or 18 teams where we're going to play 15 games in 6 weeks. So not every team is in the bubble. Only you have to opt in they have to pay a certain amount the NBA team did for your team to play in the bubble. And then we get a certain amount of games, 10 players on each team. So the numbers are cut down this year. So it's very fortunate to be able to have an opportunity to play. And then on top of that, it's a great opportunity to be able to go out there and continue to play and try to reach our goal. Everybody's going to G League to play in the NBA, and I think each person that's going to be in the bubble has a chance to play in the NBA because they wouldn't pick anybody, that they didn't think they could bring up at some point. So that's just my goal for this whole, this we call it the quarantine season. My goal is to be
Yeah,
able to
yes.
get caught up.
You know what? And that's crazy, man. Like you said, this is a whole new deal. But like you said, once you step on that court, it's pretty much basketball. Like, so for you, just kind of actually talk about that. You had so I know we were speaking, you done had, there's a couple of stints you done had with the Cavs and everything. And when you go there, then they waive you, then you come here and you get a chance to get another opportunity. How has those experiences been for you? And what have you learned from each experience that made it, of course, in the way you may have wanted it to, but also make you feel comfortable that, hey, I'm going to get that opportunity again, if it's not with them, with somebody to actually fulfill that ultimate dream of playing in the NBA?
Yeah, it's been a journey. I mean, at first it was tough when I was, when I first started. I guess, my rookie year I signed with the Celtics. Same thing happened. I got waived and I played in Maine. I went overseas for 2 years. After that, the Cavs signed me. And I've been up and down with the Cavs for the last 2 years, going on 3 years. So just have to have faith. That's the biggest thing. Trusting yourself, trusting your abilities, trust that God put you in the position for a reason, and just embrace the journey. Make a positive out of everything. I think for me, I always think about it like I haven't reached that top platform yet, so it has to happen at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been putting in the work. I try to treat this like it's my job, which it is.
Yes.
Take every day and make sure I'm trying to get better at something, whether it be, my mind, my body, my spirit, something.
Yes.
So that, when the time calls for me, I'll be ready. I always say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
I love it. You know what? You look at it, how you're approaching this, and man, and looking at it as an opportunity, okay, to learn and to manifest this and grow this and develop this. So I'll ask you. So each time being on that platform, and just in each season, how have you seen and how you have approached? Because again, you was highly successful at the high school level. Remember hearing about Levi Randolph. Then you chose Alabama. Where I'm like, okay, he's not coming to Bama. I remember I had finished up at Bama and everything. But I'm hearing this name out of Bob Jones. I'm like, I hear Trevor Lacey same time. And I'm like, okay, this might be dope, but they can go here. And you went in when you made the transition to University of Alabama. Was a heck of a player. I was there during the time of my man Mario Davidson. Jamario Davidson. I think we had Davis. I mean, we had a crew that was there around that time, and we actually went to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. And then, of course, you guys followed up a few years later. So even in that process, man, coming in there from that being successful at the high school level, then transition to the college level, getting that success, then doing pro level, getting that success. What are some of the things that you felt that each year, each transition did for you as far as your development and what you kind of added to your game? Because I know that going into your first year, and me going to college, when I went to University of Alabama, go from high school to college, bro, you had to get there and play special teams. You had to do the little things, dive. You have to hustle. You going down full speed. There ain't no taking plays off because you want to do whatever you can. So your role changes. How do you feel this has helped you even now to this point of where you're at now in your career?
I think my career is shaping me for something great. I don't know what it is. I'm praying that it's in the NBA because that's what I've been working towards. But just my whole career has shaped it to where I'm so versatile. Like I feel like I can play on the court with anybody. If they need me to take the shot, I can take the shot. If you need me to be the hustle man and play defense, that's been my role before. I can do that. If you need to put the ball in my hands to make a play, to score, to whatever, I can do that. If you need me to sit down on the bench and cheer my teammates on, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? My career has put so many different roles into me, instilled in me, that I feel like I can help a team whichever way it may be, because I've been there. I've been in so many different positions to where it's like I feel like it's just shaped me all the way around.
Wow. I like it, man. So for you looking at if you had to pick one part of your game that you feel that separates you and make you different from other players on the court, or when when the Cleveland bring you up, Boston, what is a part of your aspect of your game that you feel is most natural for you that's a because like LeBron, I was talking about LeBron, he's a pass first mentality type of player. You know what I'm saying? He can score and win at will, but he's a pass first type of guy. For you, what will you kind of be your signature calling to what make Levi?
I think it's my versatility. It's being able to help a team win, be a winner, be able to play with anybody. My role will probably be more of a shooter. My shooting is what's going to take me to the next level, being able to space the court, You know, athleticism that dies down over the years, but being able to shoot, that don't go away. If you
Very
can shoot
true.
the ball, yeah, that don't go away. So I think that's one of the things that's going to be the separator for me is the ability to shoot the ball, space the court, and then just the hustle, man, the heart. That's something that can't be taught. It can't be taught. It got to be something that's inside of you. And for me, I think it's just the heart to want to be here, to want to be at this level, and to just bring my all every day.
You know, I love it, man. And speaking of your shooting, I don't see I want to go that transition yet because I have a real hot question with that. You know what? Before we're gonna jump in there. But talking of shooting, yes, man, was straight buckets. High school, straight buckets in college, straight buckets now. So let's talk about your 47-point outburst in this past season, man, where I guess against Westchester, where you went for 47, got the guys took it into OT. As a matter of fact, I like to talk about it, but it's better to show it, man. So I'm gonna bring this crew up here where you guys can check this out. My man went bananas, y'all. We're gonna give a little highlight of him getting busy. All right, getting busy, checking it out.
To a rhythm as of yet.
Randolph driving to the left hand, and he's
playing really, really well, playing with a chip on his shoulder. And the Knicks turn over the ball again. Yeah, good teams usually don't lose as Randolph. He knows that Wade has a two-way, and he wants to go at him.
Randolph. Mooney on the bounce behind his back. Reverse leg.
Like
And one.
Then you want to wrap him up and don't let him finish and have an attempt like double screen here at the top of the key.
Randolph separation, good. Things have stalled for the Knicks. Randolph leading it. And now a third chance. Randolph crossing over, driving in against effort tonight. And at the most inopportune time, they gave up an offensive Wade gets leveled, no call. Now it's Randolph to the tin, and with Trent Tucker rule, catch and shoot. Another look at the layup by Randolph, who got to the rim unabated. Levi Randolph with 42 into the paint, up with the right hand to top. Clock reset to 14, a three that is off the rim, rebounded by Randolph. He leans in off the glass and in. A new single game high.
All right, man. I just had to kind of do a little flashback here and everything to kind of show everybody like he was putting in the work. And this is the thing that tripped me out about it when I got a chance to research the game and everything. If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong, but I don't think you took more than 1-3 that entire game.
Yeah, I only took 1-3. It's just, like I said, I've been in so many roles that for that game, it's just I was getting to the rack. I was getting to my mid-range. That's what the defense was. That's what I was taking, I feel like. You know, that was a soft spot for the team. And it just, you know, after a while, it just seemed like the hoop was getting bigger and bigger.
So this wasn't – so going into the game, it wasn't like, okay, Lacey, we're putting the ball in your hands, you the score, you our guy, or you just kind of – the game just kind of evolved into that for you?
It just evolved. I mean, for this team, I'm one of the guys that, you know, one of the veteran guys. So last season, I was one of the guys that, you know, they did put the ball in my hands a lot. We had a lot of guys that could score the ball, but just for that game right there, it was just one of them games where I got hot early and it just started flowing.
Wow. Now going in that game, I didn't know what the depth of that game was. Was it a special division game, tiebreaker, or what was the stakes at that game, or for you guys, if there was any, other than the fact I just want to win? Yeah,
it was just one of them regular season games where we wanted to win. I would have been hurt to have 47 with the L. I much rather have 47 with a win.
You're right about that. You know, and like I said, the thing was phenomenal about that. I liked it because you can tell, like you said, you were just taking what defense was giving you in that time. But the thing I like about it as well is that you showed your full arsenal. I'm talking about we saw you pull up, we saw the post up game, the spin move, the cutting, you know, pulling up from the pop, you know, so from the elbow, everything in your arsenal, you showed that. Now, this is another question because you talk about it. I know many that goes to that G League. The ultimate goal is to get up to that NBA. So how have you over the years and how you would express to some of the younger guys that's coming in because every game is based on an audition. Every game you got to put your best foot forward because you never know. Of course, the eyes are going to be watching for who the next guy that can be the next guy that can help our team out. So, how have you over the time been able to correctly position the priorities in that aspect? Because again, you got to be about the team, but you want to get that W, but at the same time, you want to be able to know what's at stake at the same time. So as a professional, man, what kind of advice and how have you been able to develop that over the years to make sure you keep the first thing first?
Just like you said, just know what your goals are. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Never take any day for granted. I mean, each day is, like you said, not only is each game an audition, but each day is an audition. When you just, you might think you're talking to, Joe Smo, but he could be the GM or whatever. Not saying that, you treat him any differently than the other, but be nice to everybody. You never know.
Yes.
Carry yourself as a professional everywhere you go. It's a mindset. It's not just something, that's written on the paper that, saying you're a pro. It's a mindset. It's the way you carry yourself. So every day, try to just keep the main thing, know what your goal is and why you're doing it, and just be a pro.
I love it. I love it, man. So now speaking of that, man, everything that's going on, you're professional and you're very intelligent. Been academic all SEC. So not only on the court are you a smart guy, an intelligent guy, but you're all same as off the court. Great family. We know some of the same family members and everything as well. Everything that's going on in the world today with the social injustice, racial injustice, you hear the defunding the police or reform and all these things, and the protests has been going around the world, and even the latest, the domestic terrorist situation that around the Capitol, and you seeing these players like of course, LeBron's been in the forefront of that for as long as you can remember, since he came in the league. Then it seemed like, and then you looking at on the other side, Kyrie Irving and how these players are handling this thing. Jaylen Brown, you go ahead. You're kind of a torn in the position that you're in to because you got to be manageable what you post, what you say, different things like that. What has been your outlook on everything that's been going on throughout this world and now into and I'm gonna say thankfully into a new regime that hopefully is gonna bring things together more so than separating apart.
Yeah, sorry about the interruption. Like you said,
oh, it's all right.
In different circumstances, but
had to get that food, huh? No, good.
But man, it's been a crazy time. I think 2020 brought to light a lot of things that has been happening for a long time that people were either quiet about or things that we have also been speaking about, and people were turning the eye to it. They weren't really paying attention, and I think it's just more people are starting to recognizing the like you said, the injustices and things like that going on in the world, and just that things haven't been right.
Yes.
And I think, the more we can bring it to light, the more we can start trying to correct it. And not saying that we haven't been trying to all along, but just on both sides, man, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of things in the world that people sweep under the rug because it doesn't affect them.
Yes.
And I think now that more people are seeing that, everyone's affected by a lot of things. And I think it's something that everybody has to try to, I think the common factor is just trying to understand the other side from both ways. Everybody, if you take time to try to understand where somebody else is coming from, I feel like that's where you can start to see some change. But, a lot of times we just don't take the time to understand. People don't try to take time to understand, the opposite side, and that's where you have conflict.
Wow. I like it, man. Profound. And that's very true. All about really the communication, being open and honest about what's really going on, what's actually the real reality of what's going on here in life. And like
even if it doesn't affect you, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like, even if it doesn't affect you, try to understand.
Wow. Key. And so I kind of segue into that and mentioning you have a younger brother, the baby of all, Kendall Randolph, which was also, like I said, this family is ultra talented, man. It's amazing, the talent, because you have your brothers right under you also played at A&M as well, finished up there not too long ago, and now Kendall's now he'll be going to his redshirt senior year, I believe.
Yeah.
down at University of Alabama. This guy was a big time standout as well, 4 or 5 star, depending on which rating, which rival or whatever you went through. Number 1 lineman, offensive tackle in the state of Alabama, coming out. Chose Alabama on many different schools that was going after him. And anyway, I said all that to say they had some very interesting this today, or better yet, this season before, where they all had to walk. They Coach Saban was behind the whole team. They marched, and which was very, very profound. And I couldn't, as being a former Alabama football player, an alumni, a graduate, I couldn't have been more proud of the stance that they took. And the way they conducted themselves by taking that stance, and most of all, having Saban behind and backing it 110%, including the AD. Did you guys have, and then now segued into a season where they don't won the national championship? Do you recall even having a conversation with him about that? That's something you guys knew that was kind of going to happen, and kind of had a discussions about the whole deal.
I didn't know that they were going to do it until I saw it. I think that was maybe an in-house thing.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I was proud of them too to make a stand and to be able to everybody to put their face out there, to show that they're standing for something.
Yes.
Even when they got a lot of backlash from the same people that support the team, you know what I'm saying? So
when they're entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. And I was proud of them for being able to stand up and do that, despite the criticism that they got for it. So, like I said, I was proud of him. I was happy that he was able to do something and be a part of something like that.
Got you. I have to ask the question, and it may not have a connection to it or not, but you talk about your transition and going from high school to college. You guys were both successful, you and your brothers, going to the next level, and then of course, since you went into the pro level, you have talked about, especially from your freshman year, where I remember your freshman year, I knew you was a scorer coming in. But because of the role coming as a freshman, it's all about, I always wonder how players would adjust. I knew how it was a culture shock to my skill set coming in as a freshman. I mean, coming from a high school standout, the go-to guy, to having to be the guy that's on every special team, knowing that, hey, in order to get on the field for real, you got to get special teams first. And then your case, coming as a freshman, where you probably was diving on the loose balls, you wasn't probably the primary scorer coming in off the top because you had to do the dirty work. Then I look at your brother now. He came in his first year redshirted the first year. The second year as a redshirt freshman, didn't see playing time, and then just sophomore year, his redshirt sophomore year. Now he comes in as a O-lineman / tight end, and doing great. I'm talking about, getting there, found. It's almost like, you know what, coach, however you want to use me, get on this field, I'm gonna make it happen. And now this guy has been a staple and a familiar face, getting a couple starts here and there, starting everything as well, and playing a major role in the offensive force that has been Najee Harris, and of course that offensive line guy has been a tight end. So what kind of conversations and hardship that he probably had to deal with that you think you was able to help with him? Like, hey man, you just gotta find your way, stick with it, because a lot of kids leaving this day and time. They don't get to play the first year, they get out. What is it about him and about maybe some things, words and encouragement that you guys probably gave to him during that process?
I mean, it really comes from my mom and dad. The biggest thing is just to not give up when things get hard, like to keep pushing. And then, he had me, my brother Roderick to lean on. Yes, and our whole thing from my dad was just for they're football guys, but just to get on the bus, be able to get on the bus, because that's the first step to be able to travel.
Yeah, you said on the list. Absolutely.
To get on the bus. And for me, it was whatever I had to do to get on the court. The game was a lot faster coming from high school to college. Mentally, you're a young guy, and you have to try to figure things out. And mentally, I wasn't there yet, mature enough yet to be able to just try to take control and fight through the offensive mistakes. So offensively, it wasn't going. I was just digging a hole in my mind for myself. So my calling was defense, hustle, dive on the court, loose ball, guard the other team's best player, don't let them score. So that's how I played. That's how I got on the court. That's how I was able to build a name at Alabama, was just to be the guy that, to whatever it took to win. That was me.
Yes.
For my brothers that play football, theirs was just they want to get on the bus.
True.
For Rod at A&M, I think he started out as he came in as a receiver. He wasn't playing much, so then they moved him to tight end. He started playing more, and then they needed him to. One game they said they needed him to long snap. He long snapped. And then he finished his career at halfback or
Yeah,
at halfback,
the fullback, halfback. Yep. Yeah.
fullback. And so that's where he started. And he created a lane and was able to make a name for himself doing that. For
Yes.
Kendall, he came in, redshirt his freshman year. He wasn't traveling. Sophomore year towards Achilles. So that set him back. And then so after that, it was just whatever his thing is, coach, wherever you need me, I will play. Like, it doesn't matter. So in practice, Kendall was telling me that he was on scout team, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, whatever it may be. He goes, somebody get tired, he the first one to run out there, whatever position it might be. So he's been everywhere from left tackle to right tackle to tight end, left guard, center. It don't matter. But he's finally found a way to be to stick, to have a role on this team. And I mean, I'm so proud of both of them, just their journey and Kendall just coming from red shirt to getting hurt to winning a national championship and starting and, having valuable minutes to have a big role. That just tells a lot about, my family and the type of principles and things that my parents have instilled in us.
Yes, I got you, man. Like, I couldn't agree more, man. It speaks volumes. Now I want to talk about this, kind of segue into your process, into this. As far as we're gonna get into another part that I'm actually really proud to talk about you. But what's some other schools that you had on the list, and how much did because I saw actually I had Rob Bird on the show a couple of months back, and he's doing his training performance. I saw you took a picture with him and Trevor Lacey. You guys. Trevor Lacey also from Butler High School before they shut down here in Huntsville. You guys came out, I think, the same year. Both chose Alabama. How much was that influence help you guys make that decision coming to Alabama? Because both of you guys could have went pretty much anywhere you wanted to. Take us back to the road of that recruiting process. And you was not asked about that because recruiting, the official 4-day, the last signing day is going to be February the 3rd or the 5th, something like that, coming right around the corner, and for football. And it's always a big time. And I always like to hear the stories of the players who done went through that process. And now go back years ago and see, like, you know what? I was actually close to going to this school or that school. So was it for you always Alabama? And how much did you and Trevor kind of, come together to kind of make that decision? We're going to go as a tandem.
No, it wasn't never always Alabama. It's just like when Coach Grant got hired, it came out of nowhere, man. They really put in the time to get me to Alabama.
Yes.
I had a lot of, I could have went anywhere in the country I wanted to go. I was top 30, in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8 in my position out of all the players in the world. That's
major.
You know what I'm saying? That's
that's a ticket anywhere you want to go.
I could have went anywhere I want to go. So my thing is, I think Coach Grant sold it to me as being from Alabama, being one of the best players in Alabama, staying home and having that across your chest will mean a lot more to the people of the state, the people around you, than going somewhere that you'll just be another number coming through the system. If you do something special at Alabama, you'll leave a legacy forever, especially with that being your home state. And, that kind of sunk in with me because I wanted, I always wanted to do something big to where I could leave a legacy forever. I wanted to come to a program and try to change. And actually, Alabama has historically been a good basketball school. It just kind of overshadowed because of football.
Yes.
But I want to go somewhere and kind of bring the excitement back to Alabama basketball. And, I committed early my junior year. So I really didn't give, after my junior year, I didn't give many other schools a chance. And then once I commit my junior year, I just started working on Trevor. I'm like, bro, we the best 2 players in the state. Let's go here and let's go do this. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
And ultimately, he ended up coming to Alabama too. And, we went from people trying to make us rivals to we didn't really know each other. We just knew, he was on one side of the town, I was on the other. We didn't know
so
each
y'all
other.
didn't play the same camps or battle against each other? Because I know he was 5A, then he went on to 4A last year, then you was always 6A. So y'all never really played against each other for real?
We never really just crossing paths from playing Butler, Bob Jones, but other than that, we never really knew each other. So our senior year, once I start, once we start getting recruited by Bama, and then, we were end up being roommates. Still didn't know each other, and now we're brothers. It's just like we really didn't dislike each other, but we didn't know because people created that rivalry, that atmosphere, and Yeah, so we both ended up going there, and the plan was to try to get Alabama basketball back on the map. We really wanted. We were trying to be the founders of what they're doing right now, which is big time. You know, I'm so happy to see that we're on the map. I think my
Ball.
me and Trevor's freshman year, we got ranked as high as maybe number 15, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the tournament, and after that we couldn't keep the train on the tracks. But we initially started what we wanted to go there and do. We had some guys transfer, went different ways, but man, I think it was for me. I don't regret anything. I don't regret my decision. It was hard. It was hard, throughout the years watching all the other schools that I could have went to go to the Final
Go
Four,
to it like.
Elite Eight. I'm like, but everything happens for a reason. And like I
Yeah.
said, my family always taught me once you start something, you finish it. You both feet in.
Wow, and that's true, man. You look at it, like I said, like we spoke of, like I said, Alabama doing a great thing. The basketball 13-3 right now, number 1 in the SEC. I mean, that's crazy. Like that's Kentucky. We see Kentucky there,
Yeah.
and to what they're doing at this point in time, man. And then Petty, like he's finally blossoming and growing into the player that he was coming out of high school with all the hype and expectations and things of that nature. It took some time of development, but being able to have that. How often do you got to get a chance to, speaking of here real quick there, to go back to Alabama and kind of practice with the guys? I know, of course, COVID probably changed a lot of that even now, but even in the past, like somebody like Petty who's from the same area, do you guys cross paths often? Any words of encouragement, anything like that?
Yeah, I normally work out there in the summertime. Feel like I never left. I stick around, and
Cool.
they allow me to use the gym and things like that. So I try to take advantage of that. But whenever I can, I try to talk to the guys and try to tell them, a couple pointers. Not just basketball, but just life that I learned from being a pro that I wasn't told when I was in college. Because I feel like the sooner you can learn some things, the quicker you can get ahead, and you can apply some of those things while you're in school. That's a big jump. And so COVID kind of switched it up for us this year because I wasn't able to get in there as much. But whenever I get a chance, I try to holler at those guys and vice versa, man. And whenever I see them doing something good or they see me doing something good, we shout each other out and just to let each other know, man, like keep it up. You're doing good stuff, and it's all love.
Definitely. Alabama's building, man, something there as for even on the basketball side of putting guys in. You got Colin Sexton, which is pretty much in the same right down the street from you. When you playing like with Canton and everything, and you got Kyle Lewis who just got drafted with New Orleans, and now we're thinking Petty's going to be following in the same footsteps, man. So with that being said, man, let's segue to another big breaker for you, man, and that I was really excited to talk about is you were chosen to be a part of the USA basketball team, man, for the 2020 for the spring and then the fall. Take us through that experience, man. How crazy was that, man? How cool was that?
Man, it was big time because you see all these great players that are able to put on that USA jersey, and Team USA is doing a thing right now, or where they're doing the America Cup qualifiers, and they're trying to qualify the USA for the 2020 World Cup. And so for me, it's an honor to be able to play well and for them to want me to come be a part of that. And, I was excited. I couldn't turn it down. Who would turn it down? You know what I mean? To be able to represent your country and to add that to your resume.
Oh, absolutely, man. I couldn't agree more. And just thinking about that, man. So for you, how did it even come about, man? And tell us kind of a little bit about that journey, competing in Puerto Rico and all these different things like this.
I was just playing through my season, and then I guess I was doing well, and they noticed me, and they wanted
47 points. Yeah. You're doing it.
Yeah, they was like, look, we want you to come be a part of our team. We want to qualify for the World Cup. We got different stages we have to go through before we can get there, but we want you along this journey. So I couldn't turn it down. I mean, I said, who would turn it down? And we went to the first round. We played Puerto Rico twice. We beat them both times. And this last time we played Mexico and the Bahamas. We was able to win both of those games. So now we advance again. And the best two teams, the bottom two teams from the pool fall off. The next, I think it's the other 4 advance, and so on. And so we've been able to advance, so that's good.
Okay, so what's the next movement? When the next time you guys gonna be playing again? You know, anything about it? 'Cause I know it kind of gotta work outside of your basketball.
Yeah, so that's another thing for them to bring me back twice, to be able to be available for them to bring me back twice is big, because not everybody gets to do that based off of, you know, how your season going, or if you're overseas, or what's going on. So the team kind of changes each time. Coaching staff kind of stays the same, but the players change. And the next round is in February, so I'm not sure how that will work out with COVID and with this G League bubble going on. But, you know, if I'm available, I would love to play.
Okay, I like it, man. I like that. So, like you see, making those transitions, man. So, I asked you. This is another question. I was kind of want to understand how people think about this. And like I said, we talk about the USA was a dream come true. Something probably even outside of your wildest dream. As we get to close it down, we look at some of the things you've been able to go through and different transitions. Had 2 years overseas, and now you got a chance to, of course, play the Bama. Then overseas, and then you here playing pro ball, you traveling and everything. Let's talk about some of your most influential teammates, man, and some of your best teammates that you've had that has not only been an influence on you, and also just that's my dog, man. I love the opportunity that had been playing with this guy. Give us a few names that come to your mind.
I mean, I've been fortunate to play with a lot of good players. I know some of my best friends I made my rookie year. You know, being in Maine, Malcolm Miller, Corey Walden, Cody Clark.
Okay.
Some of those are, you know, they'll be my friends forever. My first year overseas, I was able to play with one of my college teammates, Redno Besselhan.
Okay.
So, I mean, that was a crazy story how that ended up being. We didn't even know we were going to be on the same team. It was almost like, where are you playing? I told him. He was like, I think I'm going there too. And we ended up being in the same place. I made another one of my good friends I made was Adonis Thomas. He was Mickey D's All-American, same year as me.
Okay.
Went to the University of Memphis. He has a couple stints in the NBA, but another great friend that I've been able to make. And then there's so many guys that I've been able to play with that become, you know, really good friends. Malik Noman, Sir Dominic Pointer, Bonzi Colson, J.P. McCura, Sheldon Mack. It's so many names that I could list that I don't even want to leave somebody out, because
yeah.
You know, Ja'Cory Williams, he's from Birmingham also.
Okay. It's
a lot of names, man, that like playing ball. I mean, I'm sure it's the same way in football. It's a small world, you know.
Yes.
You get with a group of guys, and you have a lot in common, more than you thought you might have if
very
you
much
just in and walk around the street. But you know, if I didn't
name a lot of struggles.
Exactly.
If
I didn't name you, just know it's all love, man. It's all love.
Most definitely. Last thing, a few things before we settle it off to end this great interview that I'm enjoying with you. You think about everything in this for the team, like the teammates you'd have been able to play with, and some of the development of these players. Like you look at, like, so you right down the street, you had your 3 stints with Cleveland. You got Colin Sexton. Now they got a Sexland, you know, which is you're like, you don't like that. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, you don't want to have. They didn't come with something better than that. But anyway, this guy's doing some great stuff, man. I'm talking about them beat the Brooklyn Nets, who basically gone a big 3 back to back. What have you seen up close and personal to make this guy so special? Because you know of all people that transition to the next level, each level brings up a new level of challenge, and it's not an easy transition with the traveling. You talking about just outside of the on-court, just dealing with the off-court things, the traveling, the contracts things, just all the things that go along with it. Adjusting to life as a grown man, you know what I'm saying, and handling things. What have you seen up close and personal? Like, man, this is what makes him who he is outside of his obvious talent as well.
Just being here these last 3 years and just being able to be around him and being camp, going to preseason games, just his approach, like I said, being a pro. He's probably one of the hardest workers I know. I know some guys that work really hard, but Colin is on another level as far as like the time that he puts in the gym and just the attention to detail and shaping his craft. Like,
Yes.
you know, I'm sure after when he had 42 the other night, he was in the gym the next day working like he had 4 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's just like it's no surprise the success he's having because he put the work in. And I mean, that would be advice to, like you said, all the listeners or young kids or whatever. Like, you got to put the work in every day. I mean, practice is not enough. You know, it's that extra time that you put in, and I mean, that's something that he does, and it's showing.
I like it. You know, I love that, man. Like I said, it's because they see a lot of kids, and it's tough for these kids these days. They see, hey, I gotta have the Instagram fame. We gotta be putting all my workouts on this and that, bruh. And then you put all these workouts, you do it a couple sets, you may go home right after that, and let everybody think that you out here working. No, you gotta be out here sweating and grinding, getting it in from the top to bottom. And you look at somebody like, not quickly, you look at somebody like LeBron James, who's been doing it for 18, 19 years, and still just. I'm like, dude, you ain't human, man. Like, I know you take care of your body, but God, of course, that's some hella genetics, and things you eat and stuff like that. So I wanted to ask you. This is I haven't actually had a chance to. I had Richard Hendricks, also played at Bama as well years back. He's still playing overseas, doing his thing. But I want to know about the nutrition aspect. So take us through a quick routine, a daily day in the life of Levi Randolph, training, eating, the other aspect. What's your regimen?
On a normal day, I try to get up and have some type of breakfast. I normally get some eggs, bacon, pancakes. You know, get some energy. Workouts maybe in the weight room from like 8 to 10. Doing something with my body as far as weights, conditioning, physical therapy, all that. Then going from there. Maybe grabbing a shake or something. 11 to 12:15, 12:30. I'm in the gym on the court getting shots up, doing drills, things like that. After that, getting some food, some lunch. Like you said, nutrition. For the most part, I try to stick to like grilled foods. Try to stay away from juices and things like that. Try to stay away from fried foods as much as possible. Not saying I'm perfect because
that's hard.
I love my chicken wings and fries. Yeah, I love my chicken wings and fries. So I ain't perfect, but I try. And then and then I rest, man. And then the rest, I try to hit the cold tub, hot tub, try to get a massage. That's pretty much my everyday from 8 to 2 o'clock. Every day I'm doing something basketball wise, Monday through Friday.
Yes.
And then that's not counting the days where I'm coming back at night and either shooting or playing pickup.
I got you, man. So what is it for you, man? When is your off time for? Is it like to see, like, some people take a month or two off, how to kind of go do what they do, vacation, whatever. For you, what is that? When is that?
Man, my dad always say, he was like, son, you got to rest. He said I don't take any off time, but I try to take 2 or 3 weeks right after the season. Maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks right after the season. And then after that, I try to slowly ease back into it. But I feel like it's always better to be doing something than to just sit around, because I feel like that's when injuries happen, when you take too much time off and try to get back into it.
Very much.
I mean, I call it active recovery. So, I mean, we're not just sitting down, but we're going to be doing something.
So there it is, guys. My man, take care, man. It's 24/7. You young cats, I threw that out there so they can better hear. That's what it's about, man. Stay with it, stay motivated, stay going. And I'm going to finish with the last word with you, man, to kind of give a last word to our viewers that's going to be watching this. And I love to be able to bring guys like you on who has made it, but also talk about, what they're working on, how they continue to develop themselves, what they do when the lights is not on. You know what I'm saying? So for you, give a quick words of encouragement or inspiration or whatever to our viewers out here on E36.
Yeah, just never give up on your dreams, man. If y'all got something that you really want to do, that you're passionate about, to go for it. Both feet in. That's the biggest thing. Don't let anybody tell you no. For me, I always feel like I haven't made it, so that's what keeps me going. Every day, I try to wake up and try to reach my dreams, and I'm not gonna stop until I can make it happen. And you can do the same. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. If you believe, you can achieve. So, just continue to work.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, that's what it is, man. You guys heard it, man. Stick it out. Stay with it. Stay committed. E36 on the filter, guys. We're going to sign off here. I'm going to have me and Levi to stay with me a quick few moments right after we log out, man. We're going to do our grown man talk for a second. No, but anyway, you guys be good, man.
Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Levi Randolph 20. And follow me at the Backdoor Podcast. I got a podcast too, the Backdoor Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, all platforms.
Get a little bit more of that. Matter of fact, yes. Yeah, I'm finna log off. Get me right, man. So check this. Let's talk about real quick. Tell us a bit what is the Backdrop is about. Tell us what your podcast is about. How long you've been rocking? What is it about?
Yeah, the Backdoor Podcast is something that me and one of my friends started over the quarantine. It's just backdoor to me. That's kind of like my little saying. It's just, some people have it the easy way where you can just walk in the front door, everything's handed to you. But other times you have to find a way in. And for me, it's been the back door. I wasn't able to just, have it easy. So I had to grind for everything. I had to take that backdoor route. And it's kind of playing words because it's in basketball. I mean, that's an important move is to be able to go backdoor. Yes. So the Backdoor Podcast, just we like to bring guys on that haven't always had the easiest route. They face some kind of adversity, and even people that are really successful I feel like you have to face some type of adversity to be successful. So we just let guys come on. I mean, not only athletes, but whoever come on and speak about, some of the things that they've gone through and some of the things that they learned to get to where they're going. And they can talk about things they're doing off the field or off the court or in their free time, and just to have a discussion kind of like we did today. But it's the Backdoor Podcast. We've had quite a few episodes so far. We took a break. Now we're going to start season 2 up pretty soon.
Okay, I love it, man. Levi Randolph, man. Like I said, man, the man here now going to his, I think, overall 5th season in the league. Is that correct? 5th season in the league. This would be 20.
This is actually, I think my time is flying. I think it's my 6th year pro. I spent 2 years overseas.
Yeah, this will be 6 years. Yeah,
4 years in the NBA and NBA G League. So
okay, so 6 years combined. My man been rocking and doing his thing, man. Like it's a former University of Alabama standout, Roll Tide. You know what it is, how we rep. So yeah, man, we getting it going. I'm an old head, I still rock my Bama and everything, till I die. So anyway, like I said, man, you guys go check him out. His podcast, Backdoor. Like I said, man, but actually, when you talked about it, I actually went and checked out a little bit of it myself, man. So I enjoy what you guys got going. Wait for the next season to jump back up. And man, your boy, come on, man, do a little something, man. I'm no athlete, but I'm a little actor now. I do a little acting now, but but no, anyway, man, I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Levi, I appreciate you as always, man. Keep on pushing, keep on grinding. We'll see you guys later, guys. Be blessed. We out of here. E36.
Yes, sir.
E36 Unfiltered, aka the Unfiltered Room with Mr. E. Gray. Introducing all the latest names and the latest news. Hottest take, he the new face, yeah, the new sound, but keep it old school and raw interviews from